welcome back to my channel. I am actually really excited for this video today. I think I might say that every video. It's fine. I'm excited. I enjoy doing these and I enjoy knowing that maybe I can help somebody out there. Bubs just woke up from his nap because I have to talk extra quiet. You know that when he's asleep. So we have a friend and I'm on the floor today because that's where I spend 85% of my life. And that's, you know, I just felt like that was the most comfortable thing. And then Willow is chilling with us too. She's right here. Yeah, you hanging with us. Anyway, so today is going to be like a very different video, but it ties in with motherhood and everything else. So I'm gonna let him play with Willow. All right, so today I want to talk about hypothyroidism or underactive thyroid, which technically this is an autoimmune disease and I have it. I have been diagnosed with hypothyroidism ever since my sophomore year of high school. I wrote a definition of it down, so I want to read the definition and like symptoms in case people don't know what hypothyroidism is. So it's a deficiency of thyroid hormones that can disrupt heart rate, body temperature, and all aspects of metabolism. Basically, your thyroid controls everything. This little tiny thing in your neck controls everything. If your levels are just like a little bit off, your body knows. Some of the major symptoms are fatigue, cold sensitivity, which I have to the extreme, hence I'm literally wearing a cardigan in the middle of May. Unexplained weight gain, hair loss, which literally I can go like this and just like pull chunks of hair out. Also, I'm a health freak because I can put on weight so easy and it's extremely hard to take it off. And I fluctuate a lot because of that. And then also another symptom is slow growth and delayed in puberty, which is like ding, 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 me to a T. I did not have anything that a woman should have until I was a sophomore in high school, which is coincidentally when I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism. But I didn't get anything that like some girls get in 4th grade. So I didn't grow, I didn't get a cycle, like anything until I was 16 years old. So I thought that was really interesting. I didn't even know that it had like a delay in puberty and like growth. I was a midget until I was like 16. So, which is like shocking now because I'm like 5'7". But when I read that, I was like, yeah, that's so crazy. That was me. I actually took growth hormones, or like steroid shots when I was in 2nd grade to help me grow because like I literally wasn't growing. So, you know, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. So I'm going to tell you guys kind of like how I got diagnosed and how it's impacted my life. There who maybe think, what if I have hypothyroidism? Or even with like trying to conceive him, it played a big factor into it. So let's hop right into my journey with hypothyroidism. So I was a cross country and track runner in high school, and all of a sudden my time started to get a lot slower. He loves to pull my hair. My time started to get a lot slower, and I started to feel like super fatigued. My nails were really brittle, which is also a symptom. I just like, honestly, it was hard to do anything. And I put on a lot of weight for me. And so I was like so puffy all of the time. And so I thought I was anemic actually, because I just couldn't even get out of bed. I was so exhausted. So I went and got blood work done, a bunch of blood work done. And it actually came back that I had hypothyroidism, which does run in my family. My grandma has it, so it can be like genetically given to you. So I got on like, I don't know what my dosage was, which y'all probably don't even care. I got on Synthroid, which is the everyday pill that I take to help regulate my levels, and that helped a little bit with like my fatigue and symptoms, but it took a while for my like everything to just like work its way back. I never really got my speed back. Boo, but you know, whatever. So I think as around college, I was just like so sick of having to take a pill every day, because hypothyroidism really doesn't run in like women or girls my age. And so I was just like frustrated that I had to take, what you doing? I was just really frustrated that I had to take a pill every single day of my life. I'm sorry. We're just real over here. So I got off the pill and I didn't take it. And I don't recommend that. My dad really wanted me to do like more natural like ways to heal my thyroid, which I tried and I was down with until like I had all of the symptoms to the extreme again. And so I actually went and saw an endocrinologist, and I still see him to this day. And that was probably one of the scariest doctor appointments I ever went to when I first went to go see him, because like my symptoms were at like an all-time high because I stopped taking the medicine. And if your levels are off just like a smidge, it really can control a lot of things. So you just have to be really careful. So I saw him, and at this appointment basically told me like, I'm sorry, Mai, but you have to take this like Synthroid or your pill every single day to help those levels. You're really hurting your body if you don't do that. It's a deficiency that you have, and yeah, it's not fun to have to take a prescription drug every day, but if that's all you have to do to help your body function like it should, you probably should do that. So I did, and on and off all the way out through college, marriage, you know, all that stuff, I would go and get blood work drawn, constantly checking my levels, which is super easy. I just have to go to the lab and they check my levels, so that's really easy. But then we had our like super scary doctor appointment, our second time going to my endocrinologist. I see him every year, so once a year we just do a checkup, which sometimes is really dumb because I feel like I'm young, I'm healthy. He literally like, all right, your levels look good, see you next year. And it's like a almost $200 appointment, so. But this appointment was so scary. I think it was 2018 was I can't remember, something like that. I went in for my annual meeting or checkup with him, and I was talking to him about trying to conceive. And I will never forget this doctor appointment because it was so terrible. Basically, if your levels are off just a little bit, it can be very hard to conceive the pregnancy stick. You're at having hypothyroidism, you're basically at high risk for everything. At least that's what he told me. And so high risk for miscarriage, high risk for like obviously the pregnancy not sticking, high risk for a bunch of breastfeeding, like supply issues, because this literally controls everything. And so he was like, when you do get pregnant, if you do get pregnant, because it's going to be hard for you guys, he literally said that, you need to call me immediately, and we're going to start doing blood work every month, because if your levels are off just a little bit, like, you could lose the baby. So basically, like, the scariest thing that anybody could tell you as a, you know, girl wanting to be a mom, or a woman wanting to become a mom. And so I came home from that doctor appointment bawling my eyes out, like, uncontrollably. Brett literally thought I just got diagnosed with like the scariest disease ever because I couldn't talk. I was just so upset. And that, from that appointment on, was actually honestly a huge reason why we started trying for Braylon pretty early on. Yeah, we are young, but I thought it was going to take us years. I thought we were going to have medical help. I thought, you know, all of that, because of what he said, you know, my levels being just a little bit off can affect the pregnancy. So we started trying, and it did take us about 6 months to try, and I can do a video on that if anybody's interested in us like trying to conceive, and you know, the tips and tricks if you want to know that. But when we did get pregnant, I'm telling you, those first 12 weeks were the scariest weeks. You love your dog. Those first 12 weeks were the scariest 12 weeks of my entire life. I think I didn't let myself believe that I didn't enjoy the first trimester because I just thought I was gonna lose the baby the whole time. I could not get out of my head him saying, you're at high risk for miscarriage, you're at high risk for all of this. And so basically I lived in fear for 12 weeks, and I just prayed to get to the 12-week mark literally every day. Because I didn't let myself like get connected to him or like believe that I was pregnant, because I was so fearful of like being so heartbroken. And my heart goes out to all those mamas out there who have lost a baby. Like, I can't imagine. And who's to say it's not going to happen to me the next time we try? But it's just like, even going through the pregnancy and having that fear of miscarriage, like I just can't even imagine miscarriage itself. And I pray that I never experience it, but I also, because I have hypothyroidism, I am also like erring on the side of caution of like putting that in my brain that this is something that can happen. So anyways, we got pregnant, I made it 12 weeks with him, and I was like, thank goodness. And I went in every 3 months after the first trimester to make sure my levels were good. And we adjusted my meds here and there. Sometimes they were high, my levels were high, sometimes they were low. The really cool thing is though, when your baby gets to, I think 36 or 37 weeks, maybe it's even early, maybe it's 28 weeks. I don't know. It's something pretty crazy. I think it might be 28 weeks. They create their own hormones or whatever. So he doesn't need my thyroid anymore. He is making his own. So that was really cool and a huge stress relief off me, like worried about if my levels are on or off. I want to say 28 weeks now that I'm saying this out loud. That's when he starts making his own. And so then I was just like a lot less stressed, like, okay, I want to make sure I make enough for him. And I'm going to add this with the pill that I take. My first doctor told me nothing about this. And so I thought it was really crazy, but my endocrinologist said, like, when you take this medicine, you want to take the medicine on an empty stomach. You can't eat within 30 minutes of taking the medicine. He also told me not to eat any dairy the first 4 hours of your day, because if you have dairy in your system while the pill is, I don't know, in your system, then it can be inactive. So, and the pill works in 2 weeks in advance. So like, if I wouldn't take the pill today, then 2 weeks from today, I would feel bleh, which is really crazy. But he taught me a bunch of like information about the Synthroid that nobody had ever taught me. And so I was taking it incorrectly. So it's probably why I was feeling my symptoms even while taking the thyroid medicine. Thankful that he explained all of that, like how to take the pill behind it. So I was taking the pill every day. I still take it every day. After I had Braylon, obviously my levels are like cray-cray, because that's a giant hormone shift and there's just like so much going on. And so I was still getting my blood work done. I think I did 6 weeks postpartum. I've done it a couple more times just because it's so important. And I have noticed now that I take the pill correctly, I do feel like a normal functioning human being, and I don't feel like weighed down by hypothyroidism. Because it is like, it can control everything and how you feel and all of that. But I am very thankful for Synthroid. I think I take the off-brand or whatever, but I'm thankful for the medicine to help my thyroid do the job that it's supposed to do. So honestly, like, it doesn't affect my day-to-day life a ton. It's just a habit. I know I can't have dairy the first 4 hours of my day. I know I can't eat within 30 minutes. And it's not something that I feel weighed down on. It's just like, okay, this is life. This is what it's gonna have to be like. I'm definitely thankful that we figured out at such a young age that I had it. And I'm thankful that I know I had it while trying to conceive Braylon, because it can be very hard and it can be confusing, and women, if they don't know that they have it, this could be something that could like be the reason why you're not getting pregnant. So if you guys have any questions about hypothyroidism, or tips or anything that you guys want to know, like, feel free to message me or comment below. I'm happy to help with my knowledge that I have had. I've had this for a while now, and I do notice when I'm not on the meds, so it is important. Yeah, your thyroid controls everything. So if you think that you might have it, honestly, go get your levels checked, go get your blood work done, because it could literally make you a better human, that you have energy. My nails were like so brittle, hair would fall out, why I'm a health freak. This one little thing has kind of shaped me to who I am, but it's making me a better person in the long run. So whatever scares you, don't let him scare you like mine did me. Because I know with my next pregnancy, I don't want to live in fear the first 12 weeks. I didn't tell anybody because I was terrified. So I'm just going to believe that the Lord is going to protect me and all the babies that I potentially will have, hopefully, Lord willing. If you guys enjoyed this video, I hope it was informational for you. And I will see you guys in our next video. Baden, you say bye. Bye.